Well, damn, this kid's life sucks. Welcome back, YouTube, to the channel. It's SupremeBlackKai back with another 100 view classic. Today, I'm talking about another old ass topic that's as passed around as the gangbang girl from the last video, no pun intended. So let's read and then talk about it. It's not long, I promise. Read along. I'm 13 and my mom is 33. Things at school were never great. I'm sort of short, so I get picked on some, but it was manageable. That was until one of my classmates showed me a picture of my mom naked. I almost had a panic attack, understandably, and had to be excused from the classroom. I ended up not showing up to school for a few days, faking sick. I was hoping that things would cool off, but they didn't. As soon as I got to school, almost everyone in my class was staring and laughing at me. This has been going on for about a week now. I was wondering how my classmates even got the pictures, and apparently my mom advertises her OnlyFans on her personal Twitter account. Some students from my school follow her, so they were able to see the nudes, and they have been spread everywhere. I don't even have a Twitter, so I didn't know about any of this. The worst part is when confronted my mom... what? The worst part about this... Where's the about coming from? The worst part is when I confronted my mom about this and she told me that I was overreacting and that sex work is basically the same as working at a bank or a grocery store, which is not true, but we'll get into that. She also said it makes her feel good about herself and now I should be happy that she's more confident now. I told the principal, but they can't suspend thousands of students or take anyone's phones. I've been crying in my room every day for the past week. I don't think I could take it anymore. And the title is I've been depressed and suicidal because of my mom's OnlyFans. I'm sorry for not saying that earlier. So as you can see, the boy is in dire straits. I don't think we could talk about this without really talking about OnlyFans. If you don't know, OnlyFans is a site where celebs can interact with fans more personally, apparently. But the Snapchat and webcam semen demon girls have got a quick and tight vice grip on it, unlike certain things regarding these women, and it quickly became a way for these women to get money, doing what you ask, sex work. Now, I'm not going to go into detail because honestly, you should know what OnlyFans is, and I'm not here to demonize sex work as I don't care for it enough to do it. I just don't involve myself with it. I want to make one thing clear. I don't think this story is real. I just don't think there is someone this tone deaf. I'm talking about the mother, all right, and the story. This woman cannot be serious. She is literally a caricature of what these red pill guys have been saying. And I'm not saying that this can't exist. I'm sure it does. And I know it will in the near future with these new moms. And, there are porn stars with kids, which has always kind of been a thing. But, with how far the internet has came, no pun intended, it'll be harder to hide in the future or like now, with Twitter and everything. I'm saying I think the current 30-year-old parents are not as selfish as what these new parents are going to be. I can be totally wrong, and I probably am because I don't have a 30-year-old mom, but that's just something I can't believe right now because this OnlyFans era just came into a picture like 2 or 3 years ago. Actually, I'm way wrong. I think it's just last year actually, where it was actually prevalent. I think kids who are born into this era is more at risk with situations like this perceived fake kid is in. But let's act like this situation is real. Kid, here is your way out. No joke because suicide is just not that funny to me. I mean, you can make it funny, I ain't gonna lie, but this situation is just not funny. This is serious, all right? You just cannot have any pride in your mother. I know that sounds bad, but that's the truth. And I, and pretty much everyone who isn't on this extreme, please note what I say. Emphasis on extreme sex liberation wave understands how you feel, not through experience, but the fear of experiencing what you are going through, fake boy. The fear alone for me personally was always crippling. The fear that the Xbox roasting would become IRL for me kept me up at night. And I was blessed, but also cursed with a beautiful mother. So I already had jokes coming my way that I had to learn to fight back for. Especially being on a football team, once they learned what my mom looked like, they started throwing bombs. And they don't know what she looks like naked, God forbid they somehow do. But that's where you're sitting. They actually do know. And 13-year-olds are more persistent than high schoolers, I'd imagine, or that's how it was when I grew up. Bullying was just less of a thing in high school. So what am I saying, little creative persona boy? I am saying again to not have pride. I would be devastated if my mom got banged out by a peer of mine, but that's mainly because I just cannot see my mom in that situation. The disappointment I'd have would be immeasurable. My life would be ruined because my mom doesn't put herself out there like yours, so the expectation is totally different. Your mom obviously does. She definitely puts herself out there. Figment of our imagination, kid. So you cannot have different expectations for your mom. Your mom is for the streets. She is happy being for the streets. You have to realize that she doesn't care about how you feel, and you need to recognize that that won't change. Your mom is showing nudes, or fingering herself, or getting banged out and slurping some guys, hopefully your dad's a nut, having her mouth full like a chipmunk all on camera. She's doing that all, but it's not like it's hidden. She's advertising it. So again, she's for the streets. She's a sex worker. You cannot have pride in your mother not being for the streets like most other kids when she is. Unfortunately, little Jimmy in your homeroom class, who's sitting right behind you, be whacking his little pecker to your mom. But since your mom knows this and continues to do what she does anyways, which is weird by the way, you gotta keep pushing regardless. And the only way to do that is to not put yourself in the bubble that everyone else is in. You gotta see that it is what it is. Let that be your life mantra. Or you could just disown your mom, but to me that isn't the move, because whether she's prostituting herself or someone's doing it for her, or she's working a normal job, she's putting food on the table for you, which you cannot do for yourself. I'ma say it one more time, schizophrenic personality. You cannot have pride in your mother's honor. As I said in my last video, go watch it by the way, specifically talking to you, fake kid, you cannot shame the shameless. Your mother has no shame. The only ones that are going to be hurt in this situation or by this situation are the ones who do. So that's that. All right. I have a few more things to ask, kind of related to the story for the people who are watching this video. Now that OnlyFans is ending the sex work on their site, where will these women go? And do you guys think that more cases will pop up like this fake kid's story? What do you think the result will be? Depression or suicide, or kids just not caring like how we used to? As bad as it is, I'd rather people be in Xbox parties and a guy says, "Ha, I screwed your mom," and then the offended party says in response, "Yeah, I watched." What the hell? Yeah, I know, I watched the video on OnlyFans in support. I think that that's a way lesser evil than these innocent kids killing themselves. It's just not fair, okay? Anyways, let me know what you guys think. All of my social media is in the description. If you have anything you want me to talk about, let me know. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. It's been real. It's SBK. Pass. I said that out of order.